Hello, good evening. Welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Tonight is official. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has announced that government has reached a deal with its external creditors on restructuring of Ghana's debts. My colleague George Yafi joins me in studio with more. George, what more are we learning on that?
So first, just the minister confirmed first was through a tweet on the Ministry of Finance Twitter handle, and also later there was a statement that came in to actually confirm that. So previously, if you've been following this, then it's more of source-based stories and all the rest. But the minister is saying that they have reached a deal with these external creditors on how the debt should be restructured or how the debt has been restructured going forward. And that is very critical because all along what the founder was saying was that reach a deal with these creditors that will give us some financing assurance, and therefore they can go, the staff can go to the board and reach a deal or more of disburse some fresh funding to government. There's a statement that the Ministry of Finance has released that are giving more details on the way forward and how that should be done. I think our viewers will be very interested in getting more details on it. If you look at this statement, it says that the government of Ghana announces that it has reached an agreement with its official creditors under the G20 Common Framework on a comprehensive debt treatment beyond the debt service suspension initiative following the successive completion of the domestic debt exchange program. I think that if you go to the second line, that is one thing that a lot of people might be interested in. It says the government of Ghana commends the support and the cooperation of the official creditors in reaching this agreement, which demonstrate a mutual commitment in restoring the debt sustainability in line with the IMF Programme. Government is confident that the debt treatment, which entails significant flow of relief during the program period, will allow the allocation of additional financing resources towards critical public investment, particularly in the healthcare, education, and infrastructure development. On the terms of the agreement, the treatment are expected to be formalized in the MOU between Ghana and the official creditors, which will then be implemented through the bilateral agreement with each member of the official creditor committee. Government of Ghana looks forward for further engagement with the official creditors to ensure prompt implementation of these deals. Now, the agreement with official creditors paved the way for the IMF Executive Board approval of the first review of the fund program. And this is part of very, very, very critical because we've been talking about when is the next tranche coming and all the rest. And this statement gives some clarity to all the source-based stories that have been communicated earlier on. And so what it says is that allowing the next tranche of the IMF financing of 600 million Ghana cedis to be disbursed, the fund's approval should also trigger the World Bank consideration of $300 million development policy program, that is DPO financing, in addition to the bank's support of the Ghana Financial Stability Fund. So in all, you're supposed to be getting somewhere around 500 or 600 million from the World Bank. And now these disbursements are key in Ghana's economic recovery. So if you go down, it actually highlights some of the things that are taking place over the past week. So if you go through the statement, it indeed confirms that a deal has been reached. What the ministry didn't give us those fine details, and in the coming days, that MOU will be signed. And that is what the IMF staff is looking for, that they need this MOU or that letter of comfort, that's the official document, that they can take to the board, and the board will sit. We are picking up that likely the board could meet on January 18 to consider Ghana's program, and then they could approve that $600 million to be disbursed to Ghana. And the World Bank is also going to come on board to disburse about $500, $600 million, and that will come. So for all those who are not sure about this, we have a statement to the effect signed by the finance minister that this deal has been reached with external creditors, and they are working to go to the board.
Great. Thank you very much, George Yafe, for your time here on Prime Business, breaking it all down for us. And we are making frantic efforts to engage the business community on that. And I'm told we have a business community rep from the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph, for being to speak to that for us. Thanks so much, sir, for joining me on Prime Business. Your quick views on Ghana securing a deal with the external creditors.
Yeah, it's very important. As we all know that the first tranche that came helped a great deal by stabilizing the currency. And now we need to sustain this stability that will improve the economy tremendously. And coming at this time, especially at the end of the year, when we normally also encounter difficulties in stabilizing the currency, the depreciation that perennially occurs around this time, then of course, if we are able to secure this amount, it's going to help a great deal to sustain. You know, the indicators have started improving, especially with the stability of the currency and inflation that is coming down. It means that if we're able to get this money, it's going to enhance on the economy. That will also help the business community to boost. So it is a welcome news, and we are waiting that the money comes. And then we should also be mindful of the fact that we are in an election year, and that we should, apart from the fact that this money is coming, we should be also be cautious on how we do our expenditure this year, so that we do not destroy the gains that we are having through this IMF engagement. Yeah.
Good development for you, and is that going to translate into we seeing some prices being, slowed down or reduced basically at the market centers?
Yeah, you know that we said that inflation has come down. Yes, it is true, and it will affect the prices. But what people, it will affect the prices positively. But what people should also understand that when we say that inflation rate is coming down, it does not mean that the actual prices that we are selling, the prices should go down. What it means is that if inflation was 30, the inflation rate was 30%, and now it has come to 23%, it means that the rate at which prices were going up was 30%. Now that rate that prices were going up have come down to 23%. I hope this is all that it means, and that people should not say that because of the drop of inflation, prices should come down or lower the prices that is being sold in the market, especially when the other factors that induce prices are still there: the cost of doing business, the duties that we pay, the shipping line charges, the VAT, the levies and charges at the port still remain the same. Those things haven't reduced. If those things are tackled and then pruned down, then of course it will see a much improvement in downward trend of of our cost. Yeah.
And Dr. Obin, I'm very much interested in knowing the position of your business partners. I know they are keen on this very developing story. Now that we have a confirmation from government that indeed they've secured the deal with the external creditors, what does that mean to them going forward?
Yeah, every economy needs some confidence. And so all that this is bringing to bear is the confidence in the economy. And now that it has started whipping up some interest by our counterparts, now that we are telling them the good stories that inflation is coming down, the economy or the currency have stabilized and all that, when this one comes and then we also manage things well, then of course the investor community or the partners that you call our partners will even have a further confidence in coming over to help us develop this country. So yes, we don't even have to also look at this money that has come. We have to also think across the board, and then do what we have to do to also increase government revenue, not only by increasing taxes, but to expand the tax net and then reduce expenditure. When we are able to reduce expenditure tremendously, it means that the worth of this money will be properly be manifested and transferred to the gains of the economy.
Great. Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph, for your time here on Prime Business. He's the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, speaking to us there on the back of that developing story. And of course, my colleague George Biafe is still here with me in the studio. So George, break it down for me when it comes to the proposed debt restructuring.
So in terms of the terms, again, these are proposed terms that we've picked up. There wouldn't be any haircut on the principal of these external creditors as well as the interest as well. What we also understand is that there will still be some breather for government, if I can use that word. So for the next 4 years, you're not going to pay any interest on these debts. So after the 5th year, that is when we'll start paying something. The interest on these facilities should be somewhere between 2 to 3% as well. So those are the things that we are picking up in terms of the proposed restructuring terms that has been agreed on Ghana's debt. But also, one more important thing is that it's not just about the money that is coming in. We are going into an election year. It's about the strict reforms that are associated with this program. One quick thing, for instance, the World Bank program, with the money that is coming in, they've reached an agreement with government that when it comes to contracts in the energy sector, there wouldn't be sole sourcing again. Okay. And some of these things will do with the corruption and all the rest. So it is not just about the money, but the fiscal reforms the government is undertaking, that will go a long way to stabilize the economy. That is what is going to give confidence to these investors to come on board, and the recovery that we are all looking for to start taking place and stabilize things.
I get ultimately this would have a great impact on the economy.
Definitely. If you see that our bonds are improving positively and our currency, these are the things that the investors are looking for. And it's not just about the money coming in, that these things are going to happen, and the IMF and the World Bank, they're going to hold government accountable to some of these reforms that should take place whilst the monies are coming in.
Very well. Thank you very much, George Biafe, for your time here with me on the Prime Business segment. Now, a while longer on this, because research lead at GCB Capital, Courage Buti, is optimistic Ghana receiving the next tranche of the $600 million bailout package will stabilize the cedi going into next year or the next quarter of this year. He adds that more efforts will have to be made to prevent the abuse of these inflows to maintain confidence on the market. He spoke earlier on the marketplace.
600 million plus 550 expected to come from the World Bank tied to this gives you at a goal about 1.15 billion. You recently had some 800 million from Cocoa loan syndication. So you are getting close to 2 billion in hard currency that can go into supporting your reserve, which has been in a very vulnerable state since this whole issue started. And that will provide, I believe, the pushing needed for this first quarter where the cedi could be a bit more stable. And it has been. It opened the year on a stable note. These inflows would even pushing it further and will set the basis for that stability, even against the seasonality pressures immediately and going into the remaining quarters of the year. So it will be a good note for the cedi. And the delay in agreeing this deal would prove to be, if you like, a blessing in disguise, all the same, because then it gives us enough inflows, at least at this point. Not 600 million, I believe, is going into budget financing. About 300 million out of the 550 million from the World Bank is also supposed to target budget financing. So you are having in excess of 950 million, almost a billion, going to support the budget. Today's exchange rate, we're talking about about billion cedis. That is about a quarter's borrowing plan on the T-bill market. So if that happens, it gives the Treasury the leeway to manage T-bill issuances and even try to reduce the interest rates on those issuances on the market.
Away from the IMF and its related stories, Minister of Information Kojo Nkrumah is asking young people to take opportunities to support economic growth. According to him, this could aid in the fight against unemployment in the country. He was speaking at the unveiling of concentrates and web help in Ghana.
Let me say it's exciting to see what you're doing here in Ghana, to see the space that you've created that's brought together so many young people who are serving some of the very big brands all over the world. And it's even exciting to know the plans that you have, your plans for expansion, and plans to bring in a lot more young people who will be delivering value and service to people all over the world. I don't want to talk much. It's a night of partying and celebration. I just want to encourage you, our colleagues, the young people who've had this brilliant opportunity, consider yourselves as ambassadors for the millions of other young people who don't have this opportunity, and give it the best that you can so that people like Philip and his colleagues will have reason to create more floors to accommodate a lot more young people, so that many of your colleagues who don't have this opportunity will get that opportunity because of the great work that you are doing here. So congratulations, make the best of it, and I wish you a great 2024.
Managing Director for Adansi Travel and Tours, Gideon Asari, has described the emergence of artificial intelligence as a game changer to the tourism sector. According to him, sector players would have to leverage on the advantages that comes with artificial intelligence to boost productivity. He spoke to Joy Business at the launch of the company's new office facility, the Adansi Travel House.
So Adansi new office, which is themed at the Travel House, the Adansi Travel House, means one-stop shop solution for all travel needs. So now you'll be able to come to a place wherever your travel needs are, whether you travel for leisure, for business, for work, for holidays, or for health reason, you can come here and your needs will be met. I think the next thing that every company, beyond even tourism, should be looking at is the power that AI brings to the table. So for instance, if you come to me and you say you want to go to Honolulu, maybe I haven't been there before, we can train our AI chat bots to be like our guide, in destination guide. So I can just go to the platform and ask, I have a client who wants to spend 1 week in Honolulu. Can you suggest a proposed itinerary? And within 30 seconds, I will get day-to-day itinerary that I can discuss with you. I can even prompt the AI to tell me how some of the services can be booked, and also ask if there's anything to be worried about, if there's in terms of travel security and all that. Now there's even talk of how AI is going to help predict travel disruptions. So based on data, AI can tell you that it is 60% chance that your flight will be cancelled, which is amazing. No human can do that. So it's helping in terms of booking experience, helping in terms of content development, and in marketing your travel stuff. AI is key, because with AI I can generate social media content. I can generate, now there's tools to generate even images, videos, scripts, and all that goes with your content. So it's everything now, and we can only leverage on it if we, the humans, learn the use of it. And that's what Adansi Travels is propagating, that every travel agency try to see the need to utilize that.
This is still Prime Business. Now, traders at the Accra Central Market are calling for a further reduction in prices of raw materials used in the production of books and other school supplies to make prices stable for consumers. Today on the Joy Shopping List, my colleague Jesse Eramagwapo finds out the cost of acquiring books and other school supplies for your ward.
Today on the Joy Business Shopping List, we'll move our focus onto the books and school supply sector, where we'll find out the cost of books such as textbooks, exercise books, and other school materials.
And as I was saying, the prices has gone down a bit this year. Previously, we used to sell Note 1, the 20 in the pack, 70 cedis, and it came down to 65. Now it's 60 cedis for the pack, which contains 20 pieces. And then the Note 3, we have different sizes. It used to be a bit higher, but it has come down. The smallest in it now is 12 cedis, like this one, 12 cedis. But it used to be 14 cedis. And this size used to be 30 cedis, but it's now 27 cedis. And some of the things, the price are down, but others are still due to the importation, the duty on it. But we are praying that things will come down so that everybody will be able to afford it. But I think those who supply the raw materials, I think they have gone down. That's why those who are manufacturing it has come down a bit. And we're praying that it will be stable. It shouldn't go up again. I think it should remain so that people will be able to afford and buy for the awards when they are going to school. Some are already buying, but others are still waiting. Pens are still on the hold. It was the original big. It was 80 cedis. It's still 80 cedis. And we have the Nigeria one, 65. So those who are not able to buy the Ghana one, they buy the Nigeria one. And they are all equally good. My expectation is that they should get more funds, and when they are about to buy, they should buy freely and happily. If they don't have the money, they will be complaining. But if the money is there, they buy happily and we also enjoy our markets.
The price formerly was 65, but now the price have changed. Like this, 30 cedis. Like this, 30 cedis. So it's now 60 cedis. Because parents are complaining it a lot. So we have to do something for the parents to buy it.
Do you think it can go down?
Yes, we are praying that it should come down for the parent to buy. Because if you don't do it well for the parent, there are a lot. People are taking their children to school and the books are too expensive. They talk about it. The big pen, the carton is 80 cedi, the pack is 80 cedi. The pack is 80 cedi. We want them, they should do something because it's Ghana. Nigerian's own is 75. What about the Ghana one? It's 80 cedi. Okay. This one like this is 80 cedis, but the Nigerian zone are 75, while the Ghanaian zone is higher than the Nigerian zone. Formerly it was 75, and Nigerian zone was 65, while Nigerian zone is 75, and the Ghanaian is 80 cedis. They leave Ghana zone and they buy Nigerian zone. They complain it. So we want them to do something about it. The notebook, we have different prices. We have like this, 35. That one is a Ghana who do it. So if they give us to 30 cedi, we sell it 35.
Previously, how much are you selling?
Actually, they were giving it to us 28, but now they increase it to 30 cedi. So which we are selling it 35. And this one, like this, 20 cedi. They gave it to us 16 cedi. 16 cedi. 16 cedi. So we are also selling 20 cedi. But if you are buying plenty, we reduce it for you.
Those were some traders here at the Accra Central Market sharing with us the cost of acquiring books and other school supplies. According to them, prices have been relatively stable from the past year. So if you are looking to buy books for your wards ahead of the next academic year, this is a good time to do so. For Joy Business, Jesse Eyra-Magbakpo.
And I'm Pius Kojobaka with Prime Business. Prime Sports is next. Bye-bye.